I thought today's MiGs presentation, yours specifically, but also the broader discussion about MiGs was very effective. What did you think about the story that was told today?
Well, I think for us, there are a couple of exciting things that are going on at InnFocus. First of all, we finished our 75th patient, so we can now file to be in the final phase of our trial later this year. Very exciting. One of the things that ended up, I think, being understood by the audience is we're the only company that is involved in a randomized trial against trabeculectomy. We're the only one in the universe that's doing that right now. So at the end of that, I think we'll be able to give an honest dissertation about our relative safety and our relative efficacy compared to trabeculectomy, because we're the only ones doing a trial like that. I think the other nice thing that trial does for us is the way we see the reimbursement scene in Europe, they're probably going to require a randomized trial against trabeculectomy in order to provide pan-European reimbursement for glaucoma procedures. So we think we're pretty well set up to be able to have a good story to tell in Europe in order to get reimbursement there. And of course, our reimbursement codes in the United States, they've already been determined.
The discussion about MiGs seemed to put things, it seems like MiGs is really at a tipping point, like it's really about to become a big thing, which is obviously great for you. Do you see that happening in the next few years, and what do you think is actually tipping things over?
I think it's a couple of things. I think in the past, glaucoma surgeons were reluctant to leave eye drops and go into a surgical procedure because they didn't have alternatives in surgery that were safe enough. They would kind of postpone surgery until they got to a trabeculectomy because that was kind of one of their only alternatives. And as was pointed out today, the morbidity rate for trabeculectomy is not where people wish it was. So I think the MiGs devices, us included obviously, can hopefully raise that safety profile. And nowadays, we were talking about this outside today, everybody's talking about glaucoma surgery now. 6 years ago, that wasn't happening. So I think the whole MiGs revolution is causing that to happen. And I think what it does is it gives doctors an alternative to get their patients off of eye drops earlier into a more permanent solution, which I think we'll be able to provide.
So a year from now, if you present at OIS again, I think we're in New Orleans next year. What big news will InnFocus be delivering?
Well, we will be in the final phase of our trial, so that'll be fantastic. We will have finished a randomized trial in Europe, a non-randomized trial in Europe, so that'll be exciting to talk about those results. I gave some of those results today. We're up to 82 patients, and we'll be well over 150 by this time next year in all probability. And we'll be doing a financing sometime this year as well, so that'll all be good news for InnFocus.